Hello, good evening. Today I will read about Samatha and Vipassana. Samatha and Vipassana are very important and profound teaching in the Theravada Buddhism. Also, they are very famous and popular in the world. So, today I'm going to read about Samatha and Vipassana. What is the meaning of Samatha? For some reasons, the term samatha is a difficult one to understand fully and practically. We all meet five hindrances or obstacles of calm, peace, and liberation. These hindrances are first sense desires, second ill will, third sloth and torpor, fourth restlessness or brooding, and fifth doubts. The five hindrances block the Pada jhana as well as the Magga, Jhanas, and fruitions. Since samatha, concentration, calmness of mind, suppress these five hindrances, it is called samatha in Pali. It really means concentration or serenity of mind of a meditator in serious holy work. As come were discovered five hindrances, this is called samatha technically. Change of mind will bring change toward good behavior or character. Life's vast transformation. So, the two terms samatha and samadhi can be interchangeable under Buddhist teaching. The work of samadhi involves always mind training or mental discipline in daily life. All samathas must have association with one's mind for strict, vigorous training to get higher calm or concentration. One should attain this samatha, also called samadhi theta, in practice, when five faculties are suppressed and finally withdrawn. Thus, one's thought, word, and deed change for the better state of mind. So, good character emerges. The five faculties or controlling powers are eye, ear, nose, tongue, and body. They must be withdrawn by withdrawal of the sense by samatha or samadhi. Hence, the inner world and the power of mind takes holy strength to be able to have one pointedness in it on a single object only. Mind is now civilized enough to keep under control, and it will not wander to superficial or evil objects. One can check, note, evaluate a person whether he or she has faculties under control. One can also know other persons whether they attain samadhi, samatha, or tranquility. Their states of faculties manifest themselves to show true states or true natures they have possessed. No one can live in secret or in hypocrisy. Faculties show their true character openly and clearly. For example, let us watch the grains of the paddy plants in the paddy field. People can easily detect the paddy grains which firstly produce saps or the vital essence or juice. Then, after a few days, paddy plants begin to bend because saps are filled. Later on, they bend their heads remarkably. In the same way, Those who have a pure samadhi can control their faculties only a little bit. With constant daily, steadfast concentration practice, samadhi, mature, and such persons are able to control their faculties to a remarkable extent. This shows maturity outcome to the highest degree so that senses are now fully civilized. Self control is assured day by day due to the brightness of calm or concentration. One gets maturity, self control. Faculties now are well tamed, so they are calm, bright, and pure. In the above example, we note that not all paddy plants bud even in the same field. Some are tall and straight, some which show budding postures, have full grain, full saps, full essences. When heavy, strong winds blow, these full-grained plants always bend this way and that way, as they are heavy with useful grains in husk. Those are full-free paddy plants with a slight grains show a small posture of bending in the wind. Some paddy plants lacking all types of saps and grains show uselessness by standing up, by lightness or hollow hearts, stay in the direction of upwards, even when pests or insects bite them. They remain straight, so people witness and know the hollow men and women of the world. With mindfulness, loose characters are detected and evaluated in daily life. So, good person declare a medicine. If there are no steps, associates, we can know by sight even. Similarly, we know people with a samadhi or people without samadhi by merely looking at them. Man in the state of essentialities witness unique, noble features in thought, word, and deed. Even physically, bodily, behavior tells their own true story. The example of smart Samana God to learn the stage of Samadhi. One day, during the lifetime of the omniscient Buddha, there lived a bhikkhu well trained in Samadhi. He loved to practice concentration to the state of highest degree. He attained pure, constant type of calm, Samadhi. However, he died before he was able to continue up to the level of Vipassana bare awareness, which takes mind and matter as objects of meditation. Yet, due to the practice of hard, good samadhi calm concentration, when he died, he was reborn in a celestial Deva realm, where five sensual pleasures were in full swing. Since he was immediately reborn in Taurasa Deva Ram, he was known as Samatha God, Samana God. He had to live in the great precious celestial mansion, attended by nymphs, goddesses, and damsels. These celestial dancers came near him to give delight to him, but due to the constant samadhi practice in the former human world, living as he did as a bhikkhu, now in the upper heavenly realm, he behaved like the same as before. His senses were controlled by samadhi. His behavior was well tamed, well trained in all faculties. So the companion goddess felt evil, anxiety, dissatisfaction with him. So a clever celestial nymph brought a huge divine mirror in front of his well-behaved deity. At once, he saw his own reflection in the mirror, and at the same time, he came to realize he was now a Deva in Deva Ram. He took the celestial goddess with him at once to the human world to report the strange fate of his karma. At the time, the compassionate Buddha was teaching the Dhamma to the devotees in a Dhamma hall. The Dhamma Rebbe at that very moment stated that life contains the Four Noble Truths, which lead to supreme purity, peace, and freedom without fear. Power and helpfulness of Dhamma were taught to the deity and the heavenly companions. At once, he attained the Sotapatti Magga Chaita, the state of extreme entry in holiness. In like manner, a right thinking person in his human world should practice samadhi to get self control, good, noble behavior, and final liberation here and now. What is the meaning of Vipassana? In true, original Buddha Dhamma only we learn, hear, think, and practice the unique noble way to sainthood and Nibbana together. Now, the term Vipassana means constant awareness and noting of one's own mind and matter in flesh. This means special seeing, looking, watchfulness on the factors of common daily life. In individuals, persons are composed of five khandhas. Briefly, mind and matter in all changing state, showing impermanence, easiness, and no soul. Life means three great characteristics which show the deepest truths to eliminate greed or lust, evil, and ignorance. So, good, devout persons practice Vipassana discipline. Vipassana is taught by the Exalted One. Among the all meritorious deeds, the Vipassana meritorious act is the best because of its holiness, sacredness, and purity leading to the Nibbanic liberation. This is the only way to true happiness and peace here and now. Vipassana, being the best meritorious deed, brings the highest praise from the compassionate Buddha. This alone leads to Arya noble state. So, Vipassana also has full praises from chief Arhat disciples, great Arhat disciples, just like the praises uttered by the exalted Buddha. These evidence or witness to the great importance in the true original sasana attached to this unique meditation. Let us see the use of arahats who put chief importance of the Dhamma in Mahagosangar Sutta Mulapanasa Pali. One day, Venerable Sariputta, seeing the lovely, artistic ancient forest, the quiet place with the rare, beautiful flowers, asked Venerable Ananda what to give more glory and beauty to this charming spot. The Venerable Ananda replied, Venerable son, the original true teaching of the Buddha has good in the beginning, good in the middle, good in the end. So, I would request a person coming to the beautiful place to enrich the dignity by the practice of Vipassana. When asked some question, the Venerable Revata Mahatira replied, Venerable son, I would like to see people after practicing Samatha jhanic absorption to continue the practice of Vipassana so that more glory would be added to the artistic beauty here. When asked some question, Venerable Anuruddha Mahatira, he replied, Venerable son, I am the possessor of the divine eye, and with this supernormal Ain, I see countless living beings in a state of war and affliction. I have always analyzed the causes and conditions of the suffering and despair in the world exactly, and I have always a sense of agency. So I hope people may practice the unique method of Vipassana to give more beauty and glory to this lovely forest. When asked the same question, the Venerable Mahakasapa Mahatira replied, I would suggest all persons who come here to practice noble Duttinga austerities to add more glory and beauty to this flowery spot. When asked the same question, the Venerable Moggallana replied, this ancient forest needs the teaching and study of Abhidhamma Dhamma in deep discussion. Afterwards, the practice of Vipassana must follow Abhidhamma seminar. Then, only this beauty spot can enhance its glory and loveliness. When the five great Arhat Mahatiras had refined their inner wishes to glorify and sanctify the lovely aging forest, they asked Venerable Sariputta the same question in return. He replied, to add more glory and beauty of this lovely spot, one should live selflessly by full control of the senses. One must not follow the whims and fancy of one's mind. Instead, a person must cultivate morality and concentration as a basis of holy life, and then, with this firm foundation, one should cultivate mind development. In this way, this lovely forest will get more glory and beauty in complete fulfillment. This Indian forest has full blown Indian flowers in full bloom, artistically catching the eye, intensely attracting the nose. Yet, one must not follow these sensual pleasures. One must add glory by the practice of Vipassana Bhavana. Venerable Sariputta Mathura is the right hand chief disciple of the omission Buddha. Venerable Moggallana Mahatira is the left hand chief disciple of the omniscient Buddha. Venerable Mahakasapa Mahatira is the most exalted one among the practitioners of pious austerities called Dudengas. Venerable Anuruddha is the most exalted one among the attainers of the divine eye, Devachaku. Venerable Rivata Mathura is the most exalted one among forest dwellers in practice Dudinga. Venerable Ananda is the most exalted one among the learners and keepers of original Dhamma. He gives five foremost in general knowledge, in having mindful memory, in keeping promise, in steadfastness, in giving service. So he gets five foremost in the world. Their question and answer have authenticity, reliability, holiness, sacredness, truthfulness. They joined together to ask the same basically important question to the all-knowing Buddha. Oh Lord, what were your lordship answer to our query? We want to take note of the Buddha's answer for the welfare of all living beings. The true Dhamma is basically important in theory and practice too. So the exalted one give the crucial answer. Oh, my sons, your answers are good and correct in each one. My wish to extend and fulfill the glory and beauty of the ancient forest is like this. After taking meals, I want all to sit cross-legged and do not let any chain of posture until the highest purity and perfection has been attained. I want all to practice Vipassana method to attain this. This is to sanctify the lovely artistic aging forest, the holy words of the Isotta One. My mind must practice Vipassana until all asura outflows, cankers, taints, corruption, intoxicants are totally extinguished forever. I will not break my sitting crossless posture until I win the state of arhatanship. Awful biases must be eradicated before leaving my arduous, vigilant practice. In this way, I wish all persons to add holiness, completeness to this lovely engine for us. In this way, a person must take bounds and determination to sit as long as fleshings are not eradicated, not purified. Or such, as such, all arhats answer agree with the ardent desire of the Buddha to glorify, sanctify the aging forest. Thus, in the original Buddha Dhamma, we find bhavana mental and spiritual cultivations, mind development and purification, full liberation. Alone is the basic essential need and the most important wholesome deed. We all must glorify and sanctify beautiful place by sati vipassana practice until arhat state is one. Adadatta Matera. To tell the witness of Venerable Adadatta Matera would take Ma Parinirvana, the Father complete release, within the next 4 months. The young bhikkhu decided to win the spiritual and mental perfection while the master was still living. Hence, he did not indulge in companionship, talking superficialities, but contact. According to his noble secret aim, he went to a lonely, quiet place always in practice of Samatha and Vipassana practice to get full purity and complete peace. Even he did not meet the exalted one to pay daily homage. So he was called Adadatta Matera. Some bhikkhus, thinking him to be selfish and self-seeking only, made a report to the enlightened one rightly. But the all-knowing Buddha gave highest praises and proved to the bhikkhu in the Payaway lonely forest. He said, this Adadatta Matera is strenuously practicing Samatha Vipassana in order to win the highest holiness of the state of Arhat. He vows himself to realize the perfection before I get the full passing away, called Mahaparinibbana. I give praise, commendation to him more than you all who come and see me and report the matter. The rich man, another Bendika, cried. One day, the millionaire, Anotha Bendika, was in great agony, intense pain due to long, severe illness. In fact, he was dying, so he wanted to hear the rare, noble, original, pure Dhamma before he passed away. As he was stricken with terminal disease, he could not sit and stand. Therefore, he sent a helper to see Venerable Sariputta, the supreme arahant on the right side of the Buddha, to give a last Dhamma discourse. Finally, Mahathira approached him and delivered a last sermon. O rich man, as you know now the six faculties, six sins or organs, six sense doors. Your chief duty in life is to discard and eliminate less or greed, hate, delusion, pride, conceit. You must express eradicate once and for all the three hears, sees, or I-ness, mind, to get great truth and eternal peace. Similarly, hence, you have six contexts passive context, namely eye consciousness, ear consciousness, nose consciousness, tongue consciousness, bodily consciousness, mind consciousness. You must discard and eliminate less bright hearsay without accepting the false content called consider, I, mine, or me. So you must always day and night practice calm and insight. After this important and crucial sermon, the millionaire showed great profusion of tears. Indeed, he was crying seriously with a deep feeling. Hence, seeing the profuse lamentation and tears of the sorrow Ananda Benika, the Venerable Ananda inquired, O rich man, you are about to leave this world as death is very near. You seem to have a great and terrible fear of this approaching death. Why fear? So the rich man gave answer, Venerable sir, I do not fear death. My great and profuse tears falling from my eyes are caused by the knowledge of the fact that I have to listen to this basically important Buddha Dharma or liberation only at my near death time. This practical vipassana I cannot do now in this bodily and painful condition. Indeed, throughout my lifetime until now, I have not listened to the vipassana practical Dhamma. As I hear this Dhamma only in my last moment in this life, I feel I have no time to attain it. Thus, I have to cry, to lament, to shake with unsteady mind before I die at this very moment. I need time, but I have no time to chance to practice vipassana meditation now. The witness of Padachara. Once, a rich man's daughter, Padachara, lived in Saudi during the lifetime of the Buddha. Unfortunately, she eloped with the poor man to a distant country. She got two young sons, one aged 3. The other was a civilian. She and her husband and two sons were returning to her parents. During this fateful journey, misfortune struck severely to her. The two sons died one after another in quick succession. Her husband lost his life too. She, alone and desperate, one met. She wandered to and fro. Fortunately, she approached near the Buddha, who was then teaching the liberating Dhamma to the listeners in the Dhamma hall. She entered the hall, and due to the loving kindness of the Buddha, she was able to take a note of the noble teaching. Her cryings, sorrows, anguish, stress, worry, ended due to the purification and power of the Dhamma instantly. Then the compassionate Buddha taught this deep true freedom. Though one should live 100 years, taking no note of the origin and sensation of the that which is component, better to live one single day, regardful of such origin and sensation. A majority of the people on earth live heedless, superficial lives, joyful, sorrowful, laughing, crying, loving, hating. They live in it. They live in prolificacy of defilement. This kind of living, though long, is not noble, not sacred, not laudable. If a person instead lives only one day with the noting of comings and goings of five kanda existences, and then die, he is a secret, noble, laudable. By deeply here learning and knowing the sacred Dhamma or the exalted Buddha and Dhamma witness shown by many persons, we should stress the importance of calm and insight practice of the noble original dispensation. For Vipassana, mindfulness is the best wholesome deed, as one attains liberating insight here and now. 40 kinds of samatha concentration. As shown above, we can join the calm and insight. Originally, the two types are quite different as the objects are similar too. As the objects are dissimilar too. For samatha practice, use concepts, signature images, symbols as object of cognition. While Vipassana teachers take only Brahmata Dhamma or estimates of five crucial existences, taking the sign of life as objects of cognition. Sometimes means calm, serenity, tranquility, concentration of mind as a single object for a long time without break. There are 40 objects of meditation in the sphere of Samatha, discipline of yogi. If he can choose one subject, he lives among them. Tankasina, holy sakas, these symbols are earth, water, fire, air, blue, yellow, red, white, space, and light. The 10 impurities of dead body are a bloated corpse, a discolored corpse, a festering corpse, a disjointed corpse, an eating corpse, a mangled corpse, a mutilated corpse, a bloody corpse, a worm infested corpse, a skeleton. The 10 reflections are the reflection on the Buddha, the reflection on the Dhamma, the reflection on the order, Sangha, the reflection on morality, the reflection on generosity, the reflection on deities, the reflection on Nibbanic peace, the reflection on death, mindfulness regarding the body, and the mindfulness regarding breathing. The four illimitatives, also called sublime states for divine abidance, loving kindness, compassion, sympathetic, joy, and equanimity. The one perception is the feeling of loathsomeness about food. The one analysis is the analysis of the four elements. The four arupa jhanas are the infinity of space, infinity of consciousness, concept of nothingness, and perception of neither is nor is not. Only two disciples are reliable things. In life, man wants to seek security and peace in wealth, money, status, fame, rank, companion, possession, and so on. Actually, in the eyes of the true real noble person, the real refuges are two samatha vipassana. One of these high conduct must be chosen for true peace, security, and happiness, leading to final, complete salvation. Man is inflicted daily by five mental hindrances, jointly or severely, so that true peace and wisdom remain remote and difficult. If mind is not controlled or concentrated, These hindrances stay in heart and mind, blocking the right idea and conduct. Man is often under wandering thought, defiling mind because of fluttering here and there. In Dhammapada, we learn that mind takes great delight in evil things, evil ways. Babasame Ramatimano. Jada mind often dwells in bad spheres. Therefore, the discipline of calm helps us to have self-control, perseverance, and serenity. Concentration must be cultivated every day so that at the time of the approaching death, one can change one's mind and its object to noble, pure one. If one tries only when death comes nearer and nearer, this helpful concentration cannot arise because practice of it must be done before habitually. No one can get good sufficient noble time to get serenity at the time of coming death. When one is in good health and a sound mind, one must prepare for certain pure death. Preliminary practice must be done daily to face death with a concentrated mind, without fear or remorse or repentance. In Buddha Dhamma practice, one can change the object of one's mind at will by constant secret Samatha Vipassana practice. Good disciple habit is needed for good living and good death. This means asavana in partner relations, which helps great moral effort in concentration at the time of near death. When death calls, one instantly face it boldly by a steadfastness and by change of object to the realm of meritoriousness. One has a good noble choice, even at death, to have a pure equanimity through the habitual meritorious concentration work. This habitual daily concentration job keeps one to change from the demeritorious to the meritorious, from evil to good. Choice is easy now. Good opportunity comes to this meditator in Symmetra because virtue has its own reward all the time. Everyone, when the death is near, needs great to have by oneself, only as destiny is decided by the mind process at the key of that time. Also, mindfulness is the best friend while one is dying, to get greatest truth of life and to realize the taste of high freedom. So, before death takes us, we should practice both Vipassana, Samatha and Vipassana, separately and jointly too. Only daily virtuous practice will help us in time of stress, difficulty, emergency. Life teaches us how to die peacefully and serenely, without any fear or trouble or worry. If in living days concentration of Vipassana is strenuously done before the departure from this human world, good rebirth also is necessary if liberation is not attained at death. Seeing these crucial facts of life's nature and death's destiny, we all must try to have self-control, selflessness, harmony, virtue, and concentration. Wisdom comes from Vipassana practice in daily life to face the rigors of death with the supreme knowledge. Most persons living thoughtlessly and superficially fear death as they have wavering minds and worries. So, for heedless person, they die wickedly and sorrowfully, as they have reversed in uncertain future existence. Only Vipassana gives its certain destiny as the greatest aim. That's all today. So, Samatha and Vipassana is very, very important and profound teaching of the Buddha, and we should take Samadhi or Vipassana in daily life to have guarantee when we are facing the death. So, Samatha and Vipassana can give guarantee to have beautiful life in the next life if we take a meditation in daily life. I think Samatha Vipassana to read reading is very, very beneficial for you if you listen and practice and follow the teachings of the Buddha. I hope you will get some knowledge about Samatha Vipassana. Thank you all.